my name is Sasha. Welcome back to my channel, Sash Reads, and these are all the physical books I have on my TBR for ball, gowns and books in Sydney in 2025. Also essentially my April TBR or my April and May TBR because the event is happening on the 31st of May and I got some shit to do, so let's get into it. First book I want to talk about, I'm actually buddy reading this with Abby from Abby Lacey the Book Lover. In 2023 we both buddy read Angelica Frankenstein and then we annotated it and then we gave the other our annotated versions, and then like we get to reread it and like see what the other person was thinking. So we wanted to do that again this event. So we are buddy reading Wolf Girl by Leah Stone. This is a new adult paranormal romance. You've got Demi Calloway, who all her life has not been able to shift. She is a werewolf and she is going to this human school, or like there's like orcs or trolls and things like that too. All because before she was born, her parents were banished from the werewolf city. She's now, I think it's her last year at college, and she runs into this gorgeous wolf man that she's never met before. She's never met any other wolves other than her parents. And then by the end of the day, she's been whisked away from this human city and taken to Werewolf City and to the college at the Werewolf City. Basically being told she has to compete in Werewolf Bachelor. It's written, look, it's new adult. The font is so huge and it's almost 400 pages. I read 100 pages in one sitting yesterday and I'm having fun. It's vibing and I'm very excited to see what Abby thinks about it. And when we get to Leah Stone's booth, we'll get her to like sign it for us and then also be like, we read it together and annotated together. And it's gonna be a fun time. There's also, she's also not like a regular werewolf, she's a weird werewolf. And I think that's like the underlining plot to this book as well. Not just the Werewolf Bachelor, it's the whole, what kind of werewolf are you and why do you shift like that? Next, this was a gift from my very gorgeous friend Ren. They just sent it because, and I'm like, this is so nice. This is Stealing Sunshine by Hannah Cowan. This is a sapphic small town romance, so I'm very excited. This cover is beautiful, by the way. I'm very excited to get it signed. So this is about Bryce and somebody. Oh, it's set in Canada. Cool. So this is about Bryce and Daisy. Looks like Daisy has come back home to Cherry Peak and she moves in with one of her brother's friends, which is Bryce. And apparently Bryce can't stand her. Everyone calls Bryce the Ice Queen. She's blunt, she's broody, and even cruel at times. But when I learned she could use some help in the dating department, I offer mine without a second thought. Sounds like so much fun. Meredith said she loved it. She rated it 5 stars. So I'm very excited to pick this book up. Next, book gifted to me from Meredith, and it's another Leah Stone. It's The Last Dragon King. If it's going to be anything like Wolf Girl, I'm going to fly through it and probably just vibe the whole time. This one has some pretty artwork in it too. Like, I love when you can like see what the characters look like. Anyway, so it says the Dragon King is looking for a wife. So the king will be sending out the royal guard to bring women of childbearing age to his castle in Jade City. There's only one requirement. His wife-to-be must carry enough magic to produce an heir for him. I know I won't be chosen. I'm only human with a mere 10% dragon magic lineage, but for some reason the magic sniffers command me to present myself to the king as a possible wife. I'm ready to go to Jade City until my mother tells me a terrifying secret. A secret that could get me killed by the king himself. So it's kind of sounding similar to Wolf Girl, but hopefully it's not going to be copy-paste, but just with dragons. But I am excited. One I've actually already read this month, and I had a ball, and that is A Court So Cruel and Lovely by Stasia Stark. This is a fae romantasy, enemy to lovers. You've got like a heist happening. It's so much fun. So you've got, what was her name? Her name was something real weird. Priska. She is in this village on like the outskirts of the kingdom, And like this particular fantasy, when you're born, your powers get given up to the gods, and then when you turn 25, you get like a percentage of your powers back depending on how favored you are by the gods. And if you still are walking around with your powers before you're 25, you're actually like an illegal and you could get put to death for it. Now, our main character Priska is hiding because she does have magic powers still, but she's like just trying to get by, and she's going to try and figure out how to not do it's not called an assembly, whatever it is. She gets caught, and so she runs away from the village, and this is where she meets these 4 mercenaries, and they pretty much like leave her to die, sort of, but then she doesn't die and she goes off. She's trying to get to the main city to get on a ship to like run away, because that was her plan all along. But on the way to this main city, she meets up with the mercenaries again, and they realize she has like time-stopping magic and they need her help. So they like make a deal. They'll help her get on a ship or get to the main city and like help her use her powers, like grow her powers, if she helps them steal something. I had a lot of fun, okay? The leader of the mercenary, he does not like Priska. He's like, she's just like this village girl, and she, like, he was the one that told them, don't worry about her, she's better off on her own, we can't help her. And so she's like, I'm gonna kill him one day and I'm gonna make sure that he dies and he gets what he's like worth. But then they fall in love. And the way, like, I just love the tension between these two. Oh my goodness. But yes, I definitely will be continuing on this series. I'm very excited to meet the author and get this book signed. This one is hard because I've had it since Rare, so it's already signed. But I've got the rest of the series right up here. But I've got the first 5 books in the Duskwalker Bride series by Opal Rain. I've got the first 2 signed, so I need to get these 3 signed, but I can't, like, I feel like I need to read something of this series before I get them signed, right? So these are about all the different Duskwalkers and their brides, and I'm very excited for this monster romance series. I also want to say, I think the last 3 were gifted to me. This one doesn't have any gift note in it, but I'm pretty sure Laurie got me one. This one is from Jazz, Smart with Jazz on Instagram. I'm actually driving down with her. I'm very excited. It's going to be 12 hours in a car, so hopefully we get along. And then this one was from Meredith, just because she said she was paying me back for a ticket, but then she was like, no, it's not. It's my birthday gift, but then she got me a birthday gift still. Anyway. Next is Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. This is a college romance. I'm not sure if it's got much sports in it. This is the indie edition. It has been picked up by a publisher here in Australia, so I'm excited to get this signed, and hopefully I like it. I think it's a bit of a forbidden romance too, because I think it might be brother's best friend. Back doesn't really give you much, but I've heard this is like very angsty, and I love a little bit of angst. Next, we've got some A.K. Mulford. I have already read this one and I do need to get it signed, so I need to put this in my pile. But this is another werewolf romantasy. This does talk about gender though, like in gender identity, and I loved that because the main character, they've grown up all their life being the shadow of her twin, okay? Because her twin was supposed to be like the Crimson Princess, and they didn't know they were gonna have twins. So what was her name? Calla was gonna be like the bodyguard. Anyway, Briar gets kidnapped. It's kind of like a Sleeping Beauty situation. Briar gets kidnapped, and so Calla's, for the first time in their life, realize that they can be their own person. And they go on this like little quest thingy, and they meet some people, and she's like, I don't think I'm a girl. And they talk to these people, and they go by she, they pronouns, I'm pretty sure. I think I saw that in the author's somewhere. But there, this is book 1 in the Golden Court series, and I'm so excited to dive into book 2, and then book 3 comes out at the end of the year as well. But it is quite queer, so if you like queer romanticies, this is a book you should definitely pick up. Now this one I bought and got signed at Rare, but I still haven't read it. But if it's anything like the Golden Court series, I definitely cannot wait to pick it up. You've got Remy, who's the 19-year-old last Red Witch alive, and she's determined to stay that way, but she's in hiding because the other color witches are trying to kill all the red witches, I think. But she meets the prince of the Eastern Kingdom, and he thinks that she can save them all, question mark. So hoping to get this read. Next was a gift from my lovely friend Tracy. Thank you so much, Tracy. But this is Philomena and the Seven Deaths by Kendra Marino. This is, I believe it's a why choose, because she keeps dying and Four Monsters thinks that she's the reincarnation of Lilith. And so I'm pretty sure like gets with all of them. And I love a good monster romance. Next we have Bonded by Thorns by Elizabeth Helen. This is the first book in the Beasts of Briar. Is that what they're called? This is the Fairy Loot edition, so I believe it is already signed. It is, but I'd like to get it personalized. And this is also another Why Choose, and it's a Fae romantasy, and it's Beauty and the Beast inspired. We've got Blood and Steel by Helen Shura. This is another romantasy. I believe it's Bodyguard. This is the Bookish and Spice edition. So it's got a book plate, but I'd like to get it signed like properly, just because book plates aren't my thing. I'm not quite sure if it's Fae, but still I'm very excited for it. And then last but not least, we've got A Sword of Shadow and Deceit by Lucinda Dark. This Bookish and Spice edition is so freaking pretty. I love the black and orange colorway. Holy cow. This also looks like another Why Choose, because we've got 1, 2, 3 half-naked men in that end page right there. And then the other end page makes me laugh so much, so I have a feeling I'm really going to enjoy this book. But we've got our main character stuck in a bubble and flipping off this chick here, so I'm excited. Let's tell you about the book. I don't know much. Doesn't really say much here. The gods will always be cruel, wicked creatures playing with the toys they've created. Well, that gives you nothing. Oh, here we go. Desperation makes warriors of captives. The gods split the skies and rained down tyranny upon the mortal realm long ago. Ever since then, the only thing worse than being human is being of divine blood. For someone like me, an undocumented godchild indebted to the Underworld Assassination Guild, that means only one thing: a life in the shadows. Also, it should have been, until Mortal Gods Academy. Until them. The Darkhaven brothers are truly the worst of all the gods spawn, arrogant, wicked, violent. To them, I'm nothing more than a human plaything meant for torment. For me, they're the path and the key to my freedom. But if any of them find out who I am, what I am, even the shadows won't be able to save me. Dun, dun, dun. And then I just realized I forgot to put this in my pile. I've already read it, but I'm hoping to continue on with the series, and that is Lady of Darkness by Melissa K. Rorick. This is another like Fae romantasy. It's honestly, if you just read Throne of Glass and ACOTAR and you want to feel those vibes again, read this series. I've read the second book too, and that's honestly, if you smash ACOTAR and Throne of Glass together, this is the baby, okay? Because you've got Scarlet and her two sisters. They're called the Wraiths. They're in this kingdom, excludes magic. This one male comes along and everything just goes to shit from there. Yeah, I know, I had a really fun time with this, and I'm very excited to get to the rest of the books in the series. So yeah, if you loved Sarah J. Maas's writing, I think you'd love this book. So yes, that is it for the books I'm taking to Babe / my Babe TBR. Let me know down below, are you going to Babe in May this year? I would, if you want to meet up, hit me up. I'd love to catch up with you all. I'm going the Saturday night and the Sunday. I have my Saturday night dress ready. I just don't know what I'm going to be wearing on the Sunday. But yeah, I'm going down with a bunch of the Australian bookish people. So if you're also going and don't have anyone to go with, please we'd love to take you in. I just love meeting new people, especially